Namaste. Today on Touch of Light, we're going to talk on the topic of how to feel that God is the doer. A friend of mine told me a very amusing story recently. She said she was sitting reading the Bhagavad Gita, and another friend of hers walked by and said, "Oh, that's a very good book, but it's a mystery. But I'll tell you how it ends. God is the doer." And she was very amused by this. But we hear in so many of the spiritual teachings that we should try to see God as the doer. But how do we do this? What does this mean? This is a question that often comes up. We were very fortunate to spend many years of our life under the training and inspiration of Swami Kriyananda, who was a direct disciple of Paramhansa Yogananda. And Swami was a man of tremendous accomplishments. He wrote over 150 great spiritual books, composed over 400 pieces of music, and founded spiritual communities all over the world. But the beauty of his life was not what he did, but it was how he did it. And that was always in a flow, always you could feel when he was writing, when he was composing, he was tuning into a divine flow of energy, and he helped us to understand how to do this as well. We were fortunate in living with him at the time he was writing one of his great books, The Essence of the Bhagavad Gita, which is based on the commentaries of Paramhansa Yogananda. And in that period of time, he set a goal for himself to write 10 pages of meaty philosophy every day, no matter what happened, if he was ill, if there were guests visiting, and he achieved that goal, and often more. And in 2 months, he was able to write a 600-page volume. Incredible. Really not humanly possible, but possible when you know that God is the doer. So how do we apply this in our own lives? The first thing, and these are things that we learned in watching Swami Kriyananda, whatever you do, give yourself wholeheartedly to it. The more energy you bring to it, the more you open up a divine portal where God's energy can pour through you. Don't hold back. If you're just, well, maybe I'll do this, you can pretty much realize that God won't come into that field of energy. But if you say, this is hard, this is difficult, but I'm going to give it everything I've got, then God comes in and makes everything, gives you the inspiration, gives you the energy. And the second point is, so the first point, wholehearted commitment to what you do. And the second point is to surrender your life. Don't think, this is my life, my brain, my talents. We don't have anything in our life. Nothing belongs to us. Any gift or ability we have is a God-given ability. And the more we realize that, the freer and freer we can become. And the more, even in little things, we can understand that God was the doer. Master said, the goal of life is to realize that God is the sole activating power behind everything. So this is certainly well worth striving for.